A girl places meat in front of herself for her meal and angrily makes her mother-in-law eat raw vegetables. As soon as Henry enters the house and says, "I'm back," his wife quickly takes away her mother-in-law's food and gives her own food to her instead, smiling and saying, "Oh, husband, you're back." Henry smiles and replies, "Yes, I'm back." The old woman says sadly, "At last, my son has come back." Henry smiles and says, "Mother, I'm back." Haley asks her husband, "It's neither a festival nor a holiday, so how did you come back?" Henry smiles and explains, "I was on a business trip, and our house came along the way. So I stopped here. Mom just had surgery, so I came to see her. By the way, how is her health?" Haley says to her husband, "Don't worry. I take very good care of Mom. Look, today I made roasted chicken meat especially for her, and I take great care of her health. She is very healthy." "Tell him, Mom," the old woman says fearfully. "Yes, my son." Henry praises his wife and says, "You are so kind. I was away for such a long time, and you took great care of my mother. You are very hardworking." Haley replies, "This is my duty." Henry asks his mother, "Mom, how is your health now?" The old woman is about to say something when Haley places her hand on her shoulder, and the old woman says, "I'm fine, my son." Henry smiles and says, "That's good." Suddenly, Henry receives a call on his phone. He answers it and asks what happened, and people from his office call him back. Henry smiles and says, "I'm coming right away." Then he says to his mother and wife, "I have to go. I got a call from the office," and he gets up and leaves. As soon as Henry leaves, Haley angrily snatches the food from her mother-in-law and says, "You disgusting woman, you were about to tell everything." The old woman replies, "No, no, child, there is nothing like that." Haley angrily says, "I'll deal with you right now." Meanwhile, as Henry is going down in the elevator, he remembers that he left something at home, so he comes back. Haley angrily comes to her mother-in-law and says, "Wash my clothes quickly." The old woman replies, "Child, I just had surgery. How can I wash these clothes? Think about it yourself." Haley angrily says, "You spend so much of our money, so you must do some work. Go and wash the clothes. If you don't wash them, I will beat you. You disgusting old woman. I don't know how long you will stay in our lives. Old people should understand themselves that their children cannot take care of them, so it's better for them to go to a nursing home. So you should leave." The old woman replies, "You don't even let me sleep on the bed. I sleep on the floor every day, even though I had surgery." Haley angrily says, "Shut up your nonsense or I will bury you alive right here." Henry angrily enters and says, "Be quiet." Haley pretends to be innocent and says, "What happened? Why did you come back?" Henry angrily slaps Haley and says furiously, "Aren't you ashamed? My mother had surgery just a few days ago, and yet you still treat her so cruelly. What kind of woman are you? You are not even worthy of being called a human. I don't want to live with you anymore. Get out of here." The old woman says, "My son, don't ruin your relationship because of me. I'll go to a nursing home." Haley says in extreme anger, "You disgusting man, aren't you ashamed? Your mother herself is saying she wants to go to a nursing home, and yet you're not letting her. Throw her out of the house. Let her die somewhere in a trash bin." Henry, in extreme anger, slaps her again across the face and says angrily, "There is no place in my house for a woman like you who does not respect my mother and says such filthy things about her. It's better that you get out of here." Haley leaves in extreme anger. Henry sits with his mother and crying asks her for forgiveness. How did you like our story? Please give your valuable opinion. Thank you.